Hello everybody, this is part 1 in my maybe 2 or maybe 3-part series on how to make a planted or bioactive vivarium without a fabric barrier or screen barrier, in case you want to do that. This is going to be for Flamingochilus penulhulatorum. And I guess step 1 was taking my clipping, and I've got my clipping of this plant, of this pothos, and it's starting to root. So that'll be ready for step 2. So if you're not going to use a barrier, I don't necessarily have all the perfect sizes of everything, but you want to start off with your largest size on the bottom, and in this case it's the clay balls. Get a layer of these. This is going to be a juvenile enclosure, so I may not put isopods in here. Or I may. I guess it just depends if it seems like it needs them or not. If stuff's starting to rot, boluses are getting hidden in the soil or something like that, I'll probably put some in. So there's my first layer. And that looks deep enough for any like actual water to settle on the bottom and not touch anything. And my second layer is going to be this gravel, a little bit smaller, big enough that it's not going to slip between the cracks of the layer below it, and mix in. We'll get some of this. It's just some pea gravel, landscaping pea gravel. That'll be layer 2. I would use something a little more coarse than the sand that I have, but just for demonstration purposes. And it will work. I'm going to add my third layer of sand, just Exoterra Desert Sand Yellow. I would want, see how it's slipping through the cracks? I would want, I don't like that. You want another layer in between something that fine, something in the middle. So I'm actually going to skip the sand on this. What else do I have? Nothing. I'm just going to skip the sand. But the point would be to put down another layer that would be just coarse enough to not fall through the gravel, and then just fine enough that the sand would not fall through it, if that makes sense. But this now will not fall through anyway. This is just Reptisoil. Now I've put springtails in here ahead of time into my whole bin of soil, and added a little more moisture, so there's going to be enough springtails already in my soil. You want to wipe that, well, I'll probably just spray that sand dust down with water, otherwise it'll scratch this acrylic. But that's basically that. I would have liked to have a better layer, but I think you get the point of where I'm going. I'm going to add just a little bit more soil because this species The reason I did this is so that it can burrow to the bottom if it wants to. When it goes in here, it'll probably be at that age where it might burrow or might, that's plenty, want to live arboreally. So anyway, as soon as we get a root on this, we'll come back and plant it. I would put my isopods in right now. Actually, no, I wouldn't. I'd probably wait for the plant. I'd put the springtails in right now. They're already in. So anyway, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe if you like this kind of stuff. And stay tuned for step 2.